Okay, so nothing. Collective perception indicates nothing is the absence of something, which then is an entity that is not. Wait, we need nothing. Like that. The qualification of this concept could turn into a circular discussion in a hurry. However, nothing is conceptually perceived as the absence of something, is and is not. We like somethings. Stars and planets and galaxies, nebula, and even black holes infer existence. All of us like perceptions of existence that are there, and we assign the nothing to things we believe are not. Speaking of nothing, there's a place in our universe that has a corner on the market when it comes to vacancy. Far outside of our galaxy and beyond thousands of others, in a quadrant of the universe so far away and so vast it is not only difficult but effectively impossible to comprehend. This place, the grand overlord of nothing, is the Boötes void. This expanse of the cosmos, if it were located anywhere else, should contain thousands of galaxies. However, within this particular vacant entity, there are only 60. Here is an image representing a fraction of the known universe. Each dot in this image is not a star. Each dot is a galaxy. These are groups of galaxies within what are called local superclusters, clusters of thousands of galaxies. Your average run-of-the-mill galaxy contains between 100 to 400 billion stars. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is located approximately here, contained in a cluster of what is referred to as our local group of galaxies. The local group is a collection of a few hundred various galactic structures and star clusters, including our nearest neighbor, the Andromeda Galaxy. This local group of galactic entities are contained in a sphere 8 million light-years in diameter. I will use the size of our galaxy as a measurement in a vain attempt to describe the insane gap in the universe that is the Boötes void. The Milky Way is approximately 87,500 light-years wide. This distance is measured running along at light speed, which is 186,000 miles per second, or just under 6 trillion miles a year. Therefore, it would take 87,500 years at light speed to cross the disk. Our closest galactic neighbor, Andromeda, is 2.5 million light-years away from us, which is relatively close if you're planning on any intergalactic travel. Our ragtag local group, this microscopic sphere of galaxies 8 million light-years in diameter, would fit on this image inside this dot. The Boötes void is here. Standing at 330 million light-years in diameter, this near-empty expanse is as wide as a row of 3,770 Milky Way galaxies. If you ever had a desire to be alone, this is the place for you. We don't readily conceptualize nothingness. Our categorization of atomic structures seems to be predicated on existence, which stands to reason. Even intergalactically rare antimatter, which are elements comprised of particles exhibiting electric charges that are opposite of what is perceived as ordinary matter, still infer the existence of mass. There is a table with elements on it called the Table of the Elements. Starting with hydrogen, the table lists atoms in ascending order of atomic weight. Atoms have increasing numbers of protons and neutrons which are in the middle, and in most cases generally matching numbers of electrons which go around the nucleus like tiny planets. You are about to graduate from the shortest chemistry class on record. Only 6 minutes. Here goes. With respect to protons, neutrons, and electrons, hydrogen, the simplest and most abundant element in the universe, has one of each except for a neutron. Helium has 2 of each, lithium has a set of 3 of each, beryllium has 4, boron comes in with 5, and the table continues on like that. Here's the intriguing part, and something that occurred to me just recently. We do most of what we do with these 4 elements: hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon. I know, gold is good for wedding rings, helium is for balloons, iron is for frying pans, and aluminum is handy to make airplanes. Hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon are really the big 4, in that order. Here's why, and then you will understand why these 4 are the big players. Electrons reside around the nucleus in what are called energy shells, kinda like racetracks. The number of electrons and positions around the nucleus determine the behavior of each element. The energy shells are constructed like this. The first level can have 2 electrons, the second level can hold 8, the third level can hold 18, and the fourth can hold 32. Let's just work with the first 2 levels. If the first energy level is full, 2 protons, neutrons, and 2 electrons, you get helium. Helium does not interact with anything because there is no space on the first level. Helium is a non-reactive or noble gas. The next noble gas is neon. Neon has both the first and second energy levels full, so 2 electrons on the first track and 8 on the second, total of 10. Once again, no room at the inn. Atoms that do have an electron gap available to share start with the superstar of the universe, hydrogen. Hydrogen has only 1 electron, leaving 1 energy space open on the first level. Because of this tiny void, 2 hydrogens will lock together and make the simplest molecule in the universe, molecular hydrogen, or H2. If you look at a hydrogen filling station, H2 will be displayed on the side of the pump. Our second big player, oxygen, has 8 electrons, so 2 on the first level and 6 on the second level, leaving us with 2 spaces open. Big contestant number 3 is nitrogen with 7 electrons, 2 on the first level, 5 on the second, leaving 3 slots. The current international bad boy, carbon, has 6 electrons, 2 on the first level and 4 on the second level, leaving 4 available vacancies. And there it is. The reason I believe these 4 heavy hitters control almost everything is not the number of electrons, but the available parking spots or available spaces. Hydrogen has 1 available space, oxygen has 2, nitrogen has 3, and carbon has 4. That's the key. The holes, the availabilities. 2 hydrogens make molecular hydrogen, oxygen and 2 hydrogens create water, nitrogen and 3 hydrogens you get ammonia, and carbon with 4 hydrogens, methane. If you keep extending the carbon string and adding hydrogens, you get hydrocarbons. Methane, ethane, and propane are the first 3. I'm going to stop here for a moment and add 1 oxygen here, and we get isopropyl alcohol. Propane is followed by butane, then pentane, hexane, heptane, and every car enthusiast's favorite, octane. Make the hydrocarbon string really long and you get diesel oil, even longer, and you can make the road you may be driving on. Here's an example of a combination of the big four that everyone really likes. This chemical, like most others in the organic world, uses hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and carbon. This popular chemical combo pairs well with donuts. This magic chemical known worldwide is caffeine. Our lives are surrounded by endless combinations of these four elements as a result of vacancies in the electron shells, not the existence of electrons. And now you've graduated from chemistry class. The void, the availability. Space is a necessity for potential. Even marketing departments look for opportunities where products are not and avoid markets that are saturated. The creation of an original thought itself, if asked the source, we say came out of nowhere. We all seek that idea that did not exist before it arrived. Therefore, vacancy must exist in order for thoughts to originate. If all energy levels were full in all basic atomic structures, and then the cosmos were comprised of only noble gases like helium, neon, and argon, there would be no sun, planets, or life itself. Helium has no voids and therefore is a singular and non-reactive gas. Hydrogen and oxygen offer structural emptiness and will, as a consequence, react. A puzzle only offers entertainment while it remains incomplete. The intriguing nature of the shapes ends when the holes are filled. Our universe requires the existence of space. One must acknowledge the existence of non-existence. As with matter and the essence of thought, emptiness is opportunity and potential. The void must exist, since if all thoughts, opportunities, spaces, and energy levels in every atom were already occupied, you really would have